Going on, Falcon fans? It's your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So as you can see, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Falcon acquisition of Jessie Bates this offseason. Talked about him, early on day one of free agency signing period, but we really didn't go in depth of what Jessie Bates can actually bring to this Atlanta Falcon defense from a leadership standpoint, from a playmaking standpoint. Also, guys, I would definitely can't wait to see the Atlanta Falcons tomorrow on the first look of these guys, this team for 2023 season in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Hopefully, I can bring you guys a lot of good notes from that first look at these guys. Of course, the Atlanta Falcons in their second OTAs. They got one more OTAs going next week, and then they get into their mandatory minicamp here in June before they go off for their break, before they come back for training camp. So can't wait to see that. Hopefully, like I said, get some good things for you guys to talk to you guys about tomorrow for these Atlanta Falcons. So guys, with that being said, if you have not already, let's go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like hear what I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in to hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So I know for one fact that one thing that most Atlanta Falcon fans can agree on, that we all wanted the Atlanta Falcons to go after safety Jessie Bates this offseason. And for one time, in Atlanta Falcon fandom, that we all probably was happy with one of the acquisitions that the Atlanta Falcons have actually brought to this team. Jessie Bates was probably the best safety out there, and the Atlanta Falcons was able to nab him, in for $64 million this off season. So, what that means for Atlanta Falcons, they was able to solidify a bona fide captain in the backfield, a leader for this defensive backfield, a young defensive backfield with Jessie Bates being 26. You got AJ Terrell at 25. You got Richie Grant at 25. You got D. Alford at 25. Mike Hughes 26 and Jeff Okudah at 24. So this is a very young defensive backfield, and they got a leader, a guy who actually has a lot of playoff experience. We go back 2 years ago to the AFC Championship game with Jessie Bates actually sealed that game, making a pass defense on Tyreek Hill, helping his teammate get a turnover on Patrick Mahomes, sending those guys to the Super Bowl, where actually Jessie Bates had a interception in the Super Bowl as well. He is a ball hawk. That's what he does in that defensive backfield. In his career with Cincinnati, he had 43 pass defense, 14 interceptions, and one good thing about Jessie Bates, he is a great run defender as well. The way he sits back in the defensive backfield and then dissect the play and gets downhill is like some of the great safeties of old, guys like Troy Polamalu, guys like Ed Reed, somebody that just have that anticipation from a safety standpoint, a leader in the backfield, that another leader that you can actually have on the field to get all the guys on the defense in the right positions. So this is what a guy like Jessie Bates can definitely bring to the Atlanta Falcons. Also, what's really going to benefit a guy like Richie Grant, who actually in his rookie season only played about 270 some snaps, and going into his second season played over 1,100 snaps. So you can see the jump that Richie Grant had from year one to year two, and the confidence that the team actually had in him, letting him, get on the field and get that much experience from year one to year two. But now going into year three, playing with a guy like Jessie Bates is definitely going to benefit a guy like Richie Grant even more. I think a guy like Jessie Bates is definitely going to raise the level of play for all of the guys in the defensive backfield, because the way he plays, he's going to get out there, and a lot of guys don't have to talk it; they can let that game show. And I think Jessie Bates are one of those guys that Of course, he's going to be a leader because of his age, you know, and the youth in that defensive backfield. But I think his play is really what's going to be able to make these guys know that this is the level of play that we're going to need in the defensive backfield to actually play good Falcons defense. Also, you know, a guy like AJ Terrell going into his contract season is another guy that we definitely can depend on in that defensive backfield. Between him and a guy like Jesse Bates, I think this can be a pretty good defensive backfield. And with that being said, you know, having a good defensive backfield also helps your front seven guys being able to affect the quarterback, knowing that if they can just get the quarterback off his spot, make him make a mistake, make him hold on the ball just a little bit longer, maybe good things will happen, you know, in the turnover round for these Atlanta Falcons. So a guy like Jesse Bates coming in, I believe, is going to raise not just only the defensive backfield, not just only individuals in the safety room, but the defense as a whole. A bona fide quarterback in the back. I just can see it. I can't wait to get out to see these guys when they start to actually get the chemistry down, start to put the system in, and see where Jesse Bates is going to be lined up. He has the ability to blitz from mostly anywhere on the field. Like I said, his physicality, 6'1", 200-pound safety, is definitely something that from Atlanta Falcons standpoint we have not had in the backfield for a while. Maybe William Moore is the last physical safety that I can think we had. Of course, if you want to count Keanu O'Neal as well, strong safety that he was, one of the hard-hitting guys that we had. But a guy like Jesse Bates, bona fide ball hawk, a guy who has only missed 2 games, knock on wood, in his five-year season with the Cincinnati Bengals. So you can count on him to be on the field as well. But guys, let me know what you think about Jesse Bates. Can he be one of the biggest factors to this defense? Like I said, we have not talked about him a whole lot. But however, he was one of the big signings for this Atlanta Falcons team. I know we really focused on the defensive line, the trenches, but Jesse Bates being able to bring him in to solidify the defensive backfield along with AJ Terrell and Richard Grant, and then hopefully, you know, these other guys that we brought in as well can, you know, raise their level of play. Guys like Jeff Okudah, Mike Hughes, Clark Phillips, D. Alford, all those guys raise their level of play. Defensive backfield will be where we want to be. It'll hopefully translate to the linebacker room, and then in essence the defensive front as well. So guys, let me know what you think about Jesse Bates and what potentially he could bring to this Atlanta Falcons defense. Talked a lot about it, but I really wanted to focus in on him because he was one of the big fish, not just for the Atlanta Falcons, but one of the guys that a lot of teams really was looking at, and Atlanta Falcons was able to nab him for a pretty good deal as well. So this is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.